Street 1966. This is the concluding and closing chapter in the Fear Street trilogy. This has been an awesome trilogy so far. I was divided on the second entry in this franchise, but nevertheless, I still enjoyed it and I loved the first one. This just needed a perfect ending chapter to this franchise to make it a great horror trilogy. And that's the biggest question. Is this a great closing to this franchise? Is it worth it? Fuck yes, it is. This is an awesome, awesome movie. I did not expect any of this. I did not expect any of the twists and turns that this movie threw at me. I was totally surprised and shocked because I'm going to keep this review strictly no spoilers because I want you guys to go watch this. I went to this movie. I didn't read any reactions or watch any videos on this. I went in completely open minded. I saw the trailer at the end of part two, and that was about it. I knew it was based in 1966. As soon as this twist happened, my mouth dropped at how good it was. Because it's just, it throws you for a loop in the way where you just don't see it coming because it's so loosely hinted at in the first two movies. And in the first two movies, you're introduced in context only to this so-called Sarah character. You actually see her story unfold, and you see the events that lead up to, I guess, what happens in the first two movies. And I thought it was incredibly satisfying to actually see her character finally and to actually go back to go back to a year where we actually in a way where we see the birth of this town, to some degree. The big positive I can give to this movie is the year that it's based in, 1966. I thought this movie did an immaculate job of recreating that era in time and recreating that lifestyle and the way people would have communicated back then. All the set design and the production value put in to making this era come alive on screen, massive props to the set designers and the production designers and just everyone who worked on the background and the sets of this movie. Fucking massive props to you because they do such an amazing job at really making that era in time really leap off the screen and really making you feel like you were in 1966. I do have one small negative with this movie, and that is, I don't know if I like the fact that Diana and her brother and some other characters that we've seen in the past are going back to 1666, and we're seeing it through their eyes, and we're seeing it through they're seeing it through Sarah's eyes. I don't know if I like that form of storytelling because that's never really explained exactly how that happens. I don't know. I did not feel. The first 50 minutes of this movie, don't get me wrong, I loved. It felt strange to me going that direction. The movie does have a strange introduction where you're seeing all the characters, some of the characters from the first two movies appear as the main characters of this time era. I see why they had to do that, but I just felt like there could have been more explaining for exactly how she can go back to the past, because she has no connection to Sarah, as far as I know. So this makes me think how there's a character later on that is linked to that time era, but then Dina and her brother, they weren't even born in 1666. So I claim a bullshit on them being around. but just like I am. Like the movie, it doesn't really explain exactly how they can see through Sarah's perspective and Sarah's love interest. Continuing on with my positives, the ending, the last 20 to 30 minutes is a great conclusion. It's a satisfying ending to the first two movies, and it's a great ending to a, I think, overall great trilogy, and it answers all of the questions that you have or are wondering from the previous two movies, and the answers, I would say, are quite satisfying, or if not satisfying, very interesting. I'm not going to say anymore. I really enjoyed this third movie. It definitely redeemed itself after part two was such a letdown for me. While I do enjoy that one for the most part, it's definitely still holds this title as being the most weakest in this franchise. But yeah, part three, it did leave off on a high note, and this movie definitely deserves a second viewing for me, because there is a lot that this movie does throw at you as far as answers go, but the way they do it and then the execution of its twist and its ending, this movie you won't be expecting. I'm going to say, because I was only going to do a short review on this movie, because I really do want people to watch this movie and have the reaction I did coming out of this movie. I've been very careful what I've said in this review to keep it strictly no spoilers. I might do a spoiler review because there is a lot to discuss. But yeah, just go watch it for yourself and come back to this video and let me know in the comments, what did you think of the movie's twist and what did you think of it overall as a trilogy. I'm very curious to know what everybody considers to be the weakest installment in this franchise, and what everybody considers to be the best entry in this franchise. I'm very curious to know. So anyways, guys, yeah, that is my review for Fear Street Part 3, 1666. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening or night, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye.